Hi guys, it's John here, and I just want to quickly go over StableFuel. So this is a miner from the ArtemisX team, and they've previously created the RocketFuel miner. And to be honest, when I first saw this a few months ago, I was kind of put off by this daily 8% return. You can imagine what most people think when they see something like this, that this is not sustainable and this is never going to last. But this has actually been going for quite a few months now, and the TVL is actually going up. It was only 140 something last time I checked, so it's actually still working pretty well. So when they announced the StableFuel one, I was more intrigued as to have a look and check it out. So the difference here is that this does have an auto compounding feature. Now there are other features as well which try to make it more sustainable by having a 60% tax unless you do the auto compounding, which we'll go over shortly. But yes, this is basically your typical miner, similar to baked beans and the like, where what you put in is gone, and as long as there is TVL left, you will still get rewards. So yes, it does rely on additional people coming in, so this is why this is a very high risk but high reward system. So like I said, they've tried to make it more sustainable by having a 6% tax on your claims, but this tax is actually removed after 7 days. So you can see here they recommend this 6-to-1 cycle, so compounding 6 days a week and then claiming on the 7th day. So you can see I'm currently on day number 6 of my current counter. Now I have been in this for over nearly 2 weeks now. So my first payout was $57 on my initial deposit of 500, and you can see here 57.21 went in directly into my MetaMask here, and it's still sat there at the moment. I haven't done anything with it. But yeah, it does pay out, but obviously you do need to rely on additional people joining. So when I joined, there was already 600 odd other people who had already deposited. So it's still going up, and that's obviously what you want to see. You want to see a graph where the TVL is also going up. You can see here steadily it's increasing. You can see a slight dip here and a slight dip there as people obviously get their payouts. But overall, it's been a pretty decent run considering this has only been going for a couple of weeks. So what does your deposit actually buy you? So like I said before, once you put it in, it's locked and you can't get it back out, and that buys you something called StableFuel. So you can see here StableFuel, it doesn't actually have a value. You can't find it on CoinMarketCap or anything. This is just their sort of internal token that they use to determine exactly how much of the TVL you share. So the big thing about StableFuel is that it says you can get up to 8% of your initial deposit per day. So that's up to 8%. It doesn't mean you will get 8%. You may get 0.5%, you may get 1%, you may get less than that, but it's saying up to. So don't be fooled that you're getting 8% of your BUSD per day, because you're not getting that. What you're actually getting is compounding, if you use the auto compounder, your StableFuel up to 8% per day. And then the more fuel you have, obviously the better the position or the holding in the TVL, and therefore your daily yield should increase. Now you're only ever going to get your daily yield on the 7th day, so you can indeed claim every day if you wanted to, but when you think about the fact you're going to be paying 6% tax, your StableFuel will soon go down to pretty much nothing, and then you'll have nothing left, and you certainly won't get your return on investment. So the reason you want to do the automatic compounding here is because think of it like a queue. So you're in a queue of people here, and you've locked yourself in to the 6-in-1 system. Now, if you decide to claim your StableFuel, you're going to go from, say, here, and you're going to go all the way back to the, well, maybe not to the very back of the queue, but you're going to lose your StableFuel and get further down the line, and therefore your withdrawals will become less and less each time you claim. Not only that, obviously you've got the 6% tax to think of, so it's not a good idea to try and cheat the system and claim every day, because that's just not going to work out very well for you. So I think that's what I like about the fact that other miners don't have things like this so much. So it is really deterring people from trying to cheat the system and drain the TVL as soon as possible. So when I started off, I only had a few hundred StableFuel, and in just over 2 weeks, I've got over 2,143. So again, think of this like your piece of the pie. So the TVL is this, and you've got a piece of the pie determined by the amount of StableFuel you have, and that is what determines exactly how much your yield will be on your 7th day claim. So that's probably the simplest way I can put it. They have got documentation, obviously, which you can go through. Just have a read through. Make sure you read it all at least twice. I'd say maybe 2 or 3 times. Go through the user guide as well. It does explain exactly how this system works. So definitely go through the documentation. There are other bonuses you can get. So if you buy their token here, ArtemisX, you can get additional loyalty bonuses. So for example, if you hold, well, there's 5 tiers in total, so you can hold up to 2,000 to get an extra 1% compounding bonus up to 11% max, and a minimum of 150, which will compound up to about 1.1% as a bonus on top. So there are some other incentives to try and get a bit more money. I haven't got any ArtemisX at all. I'm just doing this straight as it is at the moment just to see how it works. So I've obviously got my 57.21 out, and if we check here, that is for the first week that I was in, that's an 11% return on my initial investment, which is about 1.27% per day. So don't forget, this is very high risk and very high reward, so only deposit what you can afford to lose, and just assume that anything you do deposit is gone, and anything you get out of this is a bonus. No one knows how long this will last for, but if it's anything like their RocketFuel system, like I said, this has been going for months and months now, and it's still going strong by the look of it, the fact this is increasing. This one's got 343k in the TVL so far, and like I said, it's only been going a few weeks, so that's pretty good. So you can compare StableFuel with other miners as well. So like I said earlier, baked beans, that's still going, and you can obviously see the various percentages here and how they're going. So I think the StableFuel one has got the advantage of its auto compounding and these high taxes on anyone trying to withdraw early. So obviously at the end of the day, no one knows how long it will last for. So as I always say, only ever deposit what you can afford to lose. I've just popped in 500 just to see how it goes. Now, it is worth noting that there's a minimum of $250 that you need to put in to get the automation to be enabled. If you do any less than that, then you will have to do your manual compounding. And from what I understand, that is a complete pain. So I would only go into this if you've got at least $250 you want to lose. So that's just worth pointing out about the automation requirements. So I will put my referral link in the description. You don't have to use it. You can just go straight to the main site and get signed up. That's completely up to you. If you use my link, it just helps support the channel, but I won't be offended if you don't. And obviously, like I said, this is high risk, high reward. So just take that in whichever way you wish. It's definitely worth having a look through and seeing how this is slightly different to other miners out there. I think the fact that people aren't going to want to lose 60% of their rewards and get reset or put further down the queue, like I said earlier, or lose their piece of the pie. So it does have that going for it, and I will obviously keep my spreadsheet up to date with my earnings every month, so you'll be able to see that in my monthly updates anyway to see how it's going. And if for some reason it disappears, I will obviously let you know. But hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please do like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to be notified whenever I release a video. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.